Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League Shoney's Truck Series here on iRacing. We are here for our championship event here at Homestead, Miami. Currently at the top of the chart is your points leader, Jonathan Jennings. Kevin Powell sits back in the second position. Justin McMahon, Chris Leftwich, and Jeremiah Stutzman are your top five here in the speed charts. We are getting ready for 66 laps around this mile-and-a-half oval to settle the championship here tonight. Take a look at the points in just a moment. Have a little snafu on my side, but we are getting that fixed right now. You can see the timing there on the left side. Again, remember your championship drivers are highlighted in red. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. You see Jonathan Jennings leads Justin McMahon by just 26 points, and it's 52 points back to Jeremiah Stutzman. So basically we have a two-car battle for the championship, and we'll have to see how the stage winds out. Mathematically, Justin McMahon is not out of this one, but it's going to be a long shot for him to win the championship here tonight, because Jonathan Jennings basically just has to finish ahead of him, and Justin McMahon has to win the race and win the stage. So but it's not impossible. There is a possibility that McMahon could get it done. We see Jennings out on track right now, just getting his final practice laps in the last 2.5 minutes here in practice. Of course, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. Of course, we appreciate you tuning in with us here tonight on the season finale. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe, because we have great racing here on Intensity Broadcasting all the time. Starting with our Monday night, or we'll start with Sunday night, the INSS, which just finished their season this week, but they're going to have a special event coming up in a couple weeks. Then Monday nights we have Thunderstruck. Tuesday night we have our truck doubleheader. Doghouse Racing League again obviously ends tonight, but the SCSRA will be taking on Watkins Glen for a doubleheader here tonight. Tomorrow night we'll have the SCSRA Xfinity Series. Thursday night Thunderstruck, and then every Sunday we'll be coming back to you in a couple weeks. So with just a minute and a half left to go, we see Kevin Powell sitting in the second fastest position right now here in practice. And Kevin's shown a lot of speed the last few weeks, and we're seeing that out of him again here tonight. And Justin McMahon getting some pit road practice. This is a tricky pit road to get onto because of how quickly it comes up on you. The track is, well, take a look at the track information right here. And you can see the shape of the track. Even though it looks symmetrical, the turns 3 and 4, you can kind of barely make it out, but they are a little bit steeper of an angle into the corner than 1 and 2 is. So it makes for a little bit different, even though it looks symmetrical. The two corners do drive completely different. And mile-and-a-half track, just under a mile-and-a-half track here. 80 degrees, 64% humidity. Track temperature 82 degrees. These drivers we'll be looking for grip all night tonight. As there are multiple ways to run this racetrack, we see Jonathan Jennings running right there on the bottom. We'll see some drivers running right up against the wall. We'll see Wilkerson's racing right here. As he comes through turns 3 and 4, and you see him right in that that middle lane there. So now he's up on the high side as practice is coming to a conclusion. And we get ready for qualifying. Of course, we want to thank our great partners that make this possible here tonight. And I just realized that the wrong logo is popping up on the screen there, and I do apologize for that. We'll get that fixed up right now. Go. That should fix that. Of course, we want to thank Shoney's for being our series sponsor. Of course, the Doghouse Racing's Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. As we have drivers just making their qualifying attempt right now. Oh, Adam Gardner gets really loose there off of turn number 4. We're going to see a lot of that here tonight, as it's really easy to get loose off the corner. As you see Jonathan Jennings taking that access road. Now, you do have to take the access road leaving pit road. You do not have to take the access road entering pit road off of turn number 3. So keep that in mind. As we see Chris Leftwich in that Shoney's machine coming off of turn number 2. Another driver just making his way onto the racetrack is the 8 of Steve Gerber, as Kevin Powell's already finished his first lap, coming across the line for his second lap. And Powell is going to currently be up at the top of the board. Chris Leftwich coming down the backstretch. And he's going to finish off in that 3rd position. Steve Gerber just jumps up to the 6th position. Adam Gardner into 7th. You see Gardner working that high lane, trying to get that truck wound up. And there's a lot of grip up there, so we'll see drivers up there tonight getting their grip up on that high side. And across the stripe, and Adam Gardner is going to move up into the 4th position. And Justin McMahon just jumped up onto the pole. As we see Jeremiah Stutzman just coming on off of pit road. Taking the green flag. Again, Stutzman sitting 3rd in points right now. Fortunately, he is going to finish in that 3rd position, as the points battle is currently between McMahon and Jennings. And McMahon is doing exactly what he needs to do here tonight. Start on pole ahead of Jennings, as we have a minute left here in qualifying. Stutzman's going to jump up into the 9th position on his first lap. Oh, catches the wall off of turn number 4. That's going to hard wreck for Stutzman as he comes across the line. And that lap is going to be disallowed, so he will start from the 9th position. As it looks like qualifying has just finished here at Homestead, Miami. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. We do appreciate you tuning in with us here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, Doghouse Racing Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney. Shoney is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations, try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Of course, those whole strawberry pies are great for the whole family, office gatherings, holidays, picnics, and any celebration you'd like to make just a little bit sweeter. Of course, we also would like to thank our great partner in Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel ultra-low frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. The patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is the new and upgraded racing sim haptic that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. So check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. And not just do they have products for racing and flight sims, but they have speakers that you can put in and around your couch to give you haptics while you are watching movies and listening to music. So great products. You can check them all out at thebuttkicker.com. Let's take a look at your starting grid tonight. Justin McMahon gets the pole with Jonathan Jennings going to start to his outside in position number 2. Chris Leftwich in the 13. He'll roll off third with Adam Gardner in that 4th spot. Row 3 will find the 93 of Kevin Powell and Jason Miz. Steve Gerber will roll off 7th with Daniel Wilkerson in the 8th position. Then the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman, he'll roll off 9th with Gary Clune from the 10th spot. Row 6, you'll find Joey Beck to the inside with Christopher Simon rolling off on the outside of row number 6. Row 7 is Eddie Rivers and Nick Schell. Rolling off 15th will be Chad Waller with Chuck Cobb in the 16th position. And rounding out the field tonight will be Ricky Montgomery and Gary Armillo. So as the field makes their way onto the racetrack, and we get ready for 66 laps around this Homestead Miami Speedway. Again, you'll see lots of different lines run here tonight. Some drivers choosing the high lane, some drivers choosing the low lane, some drivers picking right in the middle here. So there's going to be fantastic racing all over the racetrack tonight. It's going to be exciting. These Doghouse boys put on a great show, and we're looking forward to seeing how they can round out the season here tonight. As the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4. Mike Leftwich says good luck, Simon and Chris Leftwich, as the green flag is in the air. We are racing here in the season finale at Homestead, Miami. And Justin McMahon getting the good launch on the start. Jonathan Jennings has to tuck in behind, and that's your 2 points leaders right there. Those are the two battling for the championship as the field makes their way off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch they rocket. Justin McMahon trying to hold off Jonathan Jennings for 66 laps and try to see if he can steal the championship here tonight. Down into turn number 1. Justin McMahon's going to lead the first lap here tonight. He's trying to keep Jennings behind him and maximize his points here tonight. Jennings already has a great run down into turn number 3. He's going to have to tuck back in line. He's going to keep McMahon at bay for right now. A little further back, we see Kevin Powell battling side by side with Adam Gardner. This is a battle for the 4th position. Powell up on the high side, trying to take that position away, and he's going to be just nosing ahead of Gardner as they make contact through turns 1 and 2. And they go 3 wide. As Steve Gerber was trying to make a move there, he wisely backs out of it. And we know there's a big bump there in turn number 2. It's really easy to get your truck out of shape there. And fortunately, they thought better of going 3 wide as Kevin Powell is going to move around the outside of Adam Gardner and move up into that 4th position. Back up front, the battle for the lead is heating up as Jonathan Jennings is taking a look down to the inside. And through turns 1 and 2 they go. McMahon up on the high side. He's going to be able to get the run and the momentum off that high side. It's really easy to bog down off of the corner there, but Jennings almost had the position. Here comes McMahon back on the high side as they go into turns 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, this is where that high side is going to really have the advantage, as McMahon's going to try to do a little crossover maneuver here, but Jennings is going to lead that lap, and McMahon is going to have to wisely tuck in line, doesn't try to burn those tires off. This track is notorious for destroying tires, as it's a lot higher speed than it looks out there. We'll pull up the dashboard here. Let's see what kind of speeds McMahon is currently running out there. You can't see that because the Adam Strong logo is in the way. But 170 miles an hour into the corner, 150 miles an hour through the corner. It's Kevin Powell trying to make a move down underneath Chris Leftwich to take over that third spot. So Powell now up 2 positions from where he started, and he's trying to make something happen here in this early running, as Chris Leftwich is going to take a look back down with a crossover move to the inside. Oh, he washes up the track into the side, and he's going to slide back as Kevin Powell is currently sliding back after that contact. He was able to hold on to it, but man, what a tough break for that 93 machine. We saw the damage to the left side of that truck. Doesn't look significant, but it could be enough to disrupt the aerodynamics of that machine and slow him down. Chris Leftwich is going to have matching stripes on the right side of his truck, as he's now trying to make a move back around the 8 of Steve Gerber. And the 13 doesn't look like it has too much damage to the right side of that truck. And the truck actually looks pretty clean compared to what we saw on the 93. And Adam Gardner just had some issues. Let's take a look to see what happened to Gardner here. Oh! Heavy contact there. That looked like the 93 was involved in another one here. Kevin Powell. Oh, Gardner just loses it. I don't know if he had a little bit of help from behind. He right rears Powell head on into the wall. And who's that? Oh my goodness, the 24 gets sent up in the air. And the field continues on, and now the caution is out. I think Kevin Powell may have had more issues there. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, we see that 93 machine smoking heavily. Unfortunately, that is going to end his day here tonight at Homestead, Miami. So here comes the leader down on the pit road. Of course, the stages are very close on fuel here tonight, so this should allow the drivers to make it to halfway. And the entire field makes their way down pit road. Let's take another look at this incident here. I want to see if there was a little bit of contact from behind here with Gardner in the 24 there. Well, it looks like Gardner just kind of lost it on his own, and Daniel Wilkerson makes a great move right through the field there. So fortunately, a lot of damage to a couple cars out there, as we see a couple drivers using a little bit of strategy and gambling. As Justin McMahon's going to win the race off pit road. Jeremiah Stutzman's going to come off in second. Steve Gerber in third. Chad Waller back in fourth. And Chuck Cobb comes out in fifth. And once these drivers come across pit road, or the start-finish line, we'll see exactly why. as we're going to take a look at the pit stop time as they cross the line here. And you see exactly that. 7 seconds for McMahon, 6.3 for Stutzman, Gerber 6.4, Chad Waller 5.8, Chuck Cobb 6.4, and then Jonathan Jennings with a 15.02. So that's why he's fallen all the way back into the 6th position. So that means that Jennings is going to have to do a little bit of work to get himself back up to the front. Couple drivers still on pit road. Obviously, the 56 of Adam Gardner, the 93 of Kevin Powell, and the 24 of Jason Miz still up on pit road with heavy damage to all 3 of those vehicles. Unfortunately, it looks like their day it will be done for the evening. So lights on the pace car will be shutting off this time. We're going to get ready to go back. Green flag racing. And Jennings is going to choose the high lane, putting Stutzman down on the low side. Steve Gerber is going to restart in 3rd with Chad Waller to his outside in 4th. Chuck Cobb in that Jumpman machine rolls off or restart 5th, and Jennings in the 6th spot. Looks like Miz has made his way back onto the racetrack. Again, this league does not use resets, so any damage that these drivers get here in the race tonight, they will have to wait and get fixed. Where most leagues have a reset, allow you to get a free truck on pit road, have an extra truck, if you will, a backup. Here, just like real life, if you get damage, you're gonna have to wait and get that fixed. As the pace car is back on pit road, green flag is back in the air. Justin McMahon gets a great jump there on the high side. So this one's going to tuck back in line, but just behind we see Chad Waller trying to make it 3 wide as they come through turns 1 and 2. Great view from the wall there as the field makes their way down the backstretch. Stutzman making the move on the inside, trying to take the lead away here tonight from Justin McMahon. They're side by side down into turn number 1. And that 71 machine is going to come out on top as they make their way off of turn number 2. And now the 66 of Chad Waller taking a look down to the inside, trying to take over that position. As McMahon tries to make it 3 wide as they go into turn number 3, and off of turn number 4, McMahon with the run on that high side, trying to get back around the 66 of Waller. Again, 3 wide as they go into turn number 1, and some great racing here, really showing what different lines and grooves this track has. Jeremiah solidly in the lead as McMahon runs Waller all the way down to the apron. Waller catches that apron just a little bit, has to back out of it as here comes McMahon back on the low side, trying to retake the lead here on lap number 16. Side by side down the backstretch they come again. While they're balanced side by side, that's allowing Jonathan Jennings on those fresher tires to make his way back up towards the front. So he's looking down underneath the 66 of Waller, trying to retake the third spot away. Trying to get himself back up towards the front. And now McMahon's cleared the 71 of Jeremiah, put himself back in the lead. Here comes Jennings down to the inside, trying to retake that second spot, trying to get himself back up to the front to maximize his points here tonight. Fortunately, I don't have a live looking at the points, but again, McMahon 26 points behind Jeremiah. I'm sorry, behind Jonathan Jennings. Only 18 trucks in the field. So McMahon's going to have to try to maximize as many points as he can and hope that Jennings has some kind of an issue here tonight. Here comes Jeremiah looking back down to the inside. He's going to have to tuck back in line. Jennings is going to hold on to that second spot. Now he's trying to chase down that 20 of McMahon. Take a look off the back bumper of McMahon and you see just how that 91 is creeping into the picture, getting a little bit closer lap after lap. And here comes that 91 trying to take that lead back away. Jennings is going to get it done on the inside as they come off of turn number 2. Put the 91 back at the point on lap number 20, and we are just 13 laps away from the stage. Right behind Steve Gerber, trying to use that high lane to get around the 66 of Chuck Waller. He is going to clear that machine. Back up front, McMahon trying to get back to the back bumper. So far, McMahon just not able to run back down that 91. But of course, we know that that 91 took tires. McMahon's got tires in the pits. Could that be the difference? As Chad Waller looks back down to the inside of Steve Gerber, but just not quite close enough to make that move work. Now Gerber takes a look down underneath Jeremiah as they come off of turn number 4. Again, we see that high lane really paying dividends. That's where that momentum is kept up on the high side. And you see a lot of drivers as the run goes on migrating up to the high side as the tires start to wear out. Daniel Wilkerson taking a look down underneath Chuck Cobb. And Wilkerson is going to move himself up into the 6th position. We see Chris Leftwich trying to follow himself him right on through and move himself up into the 7th position. Great battles all over the track as this battle is heating back up between Gerber and Waller. And Jeremiah is right there in this mix as they go around the 24 of Jason Miz. And now Jonathan Jennings on those fresh tires, starting to pull away from second place, Justin McMahon, who is now 1.3 seconds behind your leader. As this battle continues out on track, and now Waller's going to have to tuck back in line behind Steve Gerber. And again, you see that high lane really able to hold that momentum up on the high side. But here comes Waller trying to retake that position, and he will. Seems like Waller's a little bit better on one end of the track and Gerber on the other. So those two have been kind of flip-flopping for the last couple laps. We see Chris Leftwich all over the back bumper of Daniel Wilkerson, as Wilkerson's moved himself up into 6th, and Leftwich has solidly taken over that 7th position. We're just a few laps away from halfway, and why don't we do a little thing we like to call pump up the intensity. Sights and sounds here at Homestead, Miami. As we're quickly approaching the halfway mark, Jonathan Jennings out in front by almost 4 seconds now over Chad Waller, who we saw during that pump up the intensity, getting around the 20 of McMahon. So McMahon now falls back into the 3rd spot. Chris Leftwich has moved himself up in the 4th, and 71 of Stutzman now up into, or back into the 5th position. And with the stage coming to the end in 2 laps, these stage points are going to guarantee the championship. So this will be your championship winner here tonight. The 91 Jonathan Jennings getting it done. So congratulations to him. Now let's see if he can finish the race and get the win here tonight. To not just get the championship, but the win. As we work with our lap number 33. This will be the last lap of the stage. Of course, our midway stage sponsor, Tiffany Leftwich. From wax and warmers, the oils and soaps, Pink Zebra has you covered. To place an order, visit our halfway sponsor, Tiffany Leftwich's page at pinkzebrahome.com/sprinklebutterflies, or you can click the link below down in the description. So getting the win here in the stage will be the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Chad Waller is going to come in 2nd on the stage. Justin McMahon back in 3rd. Chris Leftwich in 4th. Daniel Wilkerson 5th. Jeremiah Stutzman back in 6th. Steve Gerber 7th, Christopher Simon 8th, Chuck Cobb in 9th, and Gary Clune gets the final playoff point, or excuse me, stage point here tonight. What a season that Jennings have had this year. 5 wins, 14 top 5s, 15 top 10s, 5 poles. This man has dominated the season. And you can see why with the speed that he's showing right now, being almost 5 seconds out in front of second place, Chad Waller. Waller's having a great run after having gone into the pits, taking, I believe he's one of the other drivers. No, he only took 2 tires on that pit stop, and he's showing some late run speed here, making his way around Justin McMahon, McMahon is now down on pit road getting his service done. We see the left sides going up on that machine. So 4 tires and fuel for the 20 of McMahon. He is going to be down and away, and wonder if that'll start leading anybody else down on the pit road. As we are coming to lap number 37 of 66 here tonight, as the leader's catching lap traffic again. That is the 24 of Jason Miz, who is going to be put 3 laps down right there. Eddie Rivers making his way down on the pit road, getting tires and service done. You see a little damage to the right side of that 15 machine, so it looks like he's been up into the wall just a little bit. He's now down and away. Chuck Cobb and Gary Clune going at it. This is a battle for the 8th position as Cobb starting to pull away a little bit from that 11 machine, and now we're seeing just how much faster McMahon is on those fresh tires as he works down underneath the 35 of Christopher Simon. Chris Leftwich now makes his way down on the pit road. Another driver coming down to get his service done. And we know Jennings was down on pit road last on lap number 9. He took tires and fuel. We'll see what he does at his stop. Now we see the 22 of Armio down on pit road as well. He's going to get his 4 tires and fuel here. Daniel Wilkerson coming down on the pit road. And you see, this is what I mean by that pit road is tricky to get onto. It's a really sharp turn on the pit road, very easy to miss. Very tough to get slowed down for. And we've seen in some other series, drivers missing that pit entrance completely, catching the barrels at the end of pit road, as we see the 91 peel off pit road, or peel off towards pit road. Chad Waller also on the pit road. Ooh, a little hot there. That 66 may have been a little too fast on the pit road there. Steve Gerber even make his way on the pit road without issues. That's going to put the 71 of Stutzman back in front. It sounds like the 71 is shutting it off to try to save a little bit of fuel here. Nope, he's coming down on the pit road. See Christopher Simon also coming down on the pit road. That's going to put the 2 of Ricky Montgomery out in front. Now he's going to peel off for pit road. And Jonathan Jennings is going to be back in the lead. So 25 laps to go here in the season finale. Jonathan Jennings leads Justin McMahon by just over a second and a half. Gary Clune coming up on Christopher Simon. Clune trying to take away that 8th position with the run up on the high side. He should be able to get that done easily here through turns 1 and 2 with the speed that he's carrying up on that high side. As I said, that he's going to tuck back in line behind Simon. Now he looks down to the inside and should be able to take care of that 35. Simon gets really loose there off the corner. Another battle heating up here is between Chris Leftwich and Chad Waller. This is a battle for the final podium position. Leftwich out in front right now. We take a look at the lap times, and last time by Waller was just a little bit quicker than Leftwich. And again, Waller just a little bit quicker. So it's one thing to catch a driver. It's another thing to get by them. And we'll see if that 66 is able to move himself up onto that final podium spot. I think I know why Leftwich is a little bit slower. It sounded like somebody was shutting their motor off into the corners. Neither one of these drivers here. Here comes Waller down to the inside. And I think I found out who is shutting their motor off into the corners. I believe it is the 20 of McMahon trying to save a little bit of fuel here. You hear that engine go quiet there as he enters the corner. So that is exactly what McMahon is trying to do here. Save a little bit of fuel to ensure he can make it to the end here, as we have just 20 laps to go. Of course, he's given up a little bit of speed to the 66 of Waller and the 13 of Leftwich. But McMahon was trying to do what he could to gamble and try to win a championship here tonight. Fortunately, it looks like he's going to come up just a little bit short. Jonathan Jennings is out in front right now by 4.1 seconds with 18 laps to go. Waller has caught McMahon. He's taking a look down to the inside. Move Chad Waller up into that second spot. And with 17 coming to 16 laps to go next time by, does he have enough time to run down Jonathan Jennings? Let's take a look at the history here between these two. And Waller has been running a little bit quicker than our leader, not significantly, but that can change. Especially if a caution was going to come out, or could come out, and tighten this field right back up. Just 16 laps to go. And Chris Leftwich in that 13 machine, running down the 20 of McMahon. Leftwich using that high lane, trying to keep that momentum up on the high side. He's trying to get himself up into that final podium spot. So McMahon with a valiant effort here tonight, trying to steal the win, trying to steal the championship away. Unfortunately, going to come up just a little bit short. Saving a little bit of fuel here. Hopefully he doesn't come up short on fuel. Man, currently able to hold off Leftwich though. As Leftwich gets a big run down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Great view of onboard here. You can kind of see just how these trucks are handling right now. Leftwich having to put a little bit of wheel in it to get the truck to turn. He's going to try to cross over McMahon here. Down to the inside. He's going to go right around that 20 machine. Is McMahon going to try to cross him back over here though? Thought about it. Now McMahon gets a good run. Oh, a little contact there. McMahon gave the 13 a good shove. Now McMahon looks back down to the inside. Oh, big wiggle out of McMahon. That didn't look like I mean, that looked like a huge wiggle there. Let's ride with McMahon here. We want to see the hands of that 20 machine. Whoop, that's the wrong driver there. We want to roll this back just a little bit. Watch those hands here coming off of the corner, and you see him fighting with that thing off the corner. That is a save and a half. He's now gotten his way back around Chris Leftwich, back into the 3rd spot as we have 10 laps to go. Jennings out in front by 4.7 seconds. It's been a pretty even battle for these two drivers as the last couple laps have clicked over. Less than 10 laps to go here in the season finale here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Now the field pretty much spread out except for this battle that's continuing between Justin McMahon and Chris Leftwich for the final podium spot. These two drivers pretty much running even even keel for laps the last few laps. The real question is, does McMahon have enough in the tank to make it to the end of the race? It's going to be close. As Jennings makes his way off of turn number 4, just 5 laps to go. And Jennings basically just on cruise control right now. He's kind of just running some laps. His fall off has been about a second, as last time by he ran a 34.43. His best time was a 33.44, so exactly 1 second of fall off since he was back on pit road on lap 40. So he's making his way up to the 2 of Armio. Try to take or put him 1 lap down. That would put just 10 trucks. Oh, as the 2 gets up into the wall just a little bit. So just 10 trucks left on the lead lap. And this battle is heating back up as Chris Leftwich making a run at it back around the 20 of McMahon. He's going to throw a little slide job here on the 20. McMahon tries to pull the crossover, but Leftwich able to pull back in front as we are coming next time by to 2 laps to go. McMahon looking back down to the low side as they are side by side off of turn number 2. And McMahon back around that 13 machine to put himself back up on the podium. Just 2 laps remaining. As we see the 93 of Kevin Powell back out on track. He is multiple laps down. He's about to complete his 10th lap of the race. But the white flag is out on the season for Jonathan Jennings as he's on cruise control through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch for the final time here at Homestead, Miami. Two corners separate the 91 from the race victory. Off of turn number 4, Jonathan Jennings is going to get the win here tonight. The battle for the final podium spot between McMahon and Leftwich continuing here. And Jeremiah Stutzman right here in the mix as well. We've got a 3-way battle for that final podium spot off of turn number 4 at the line. And it's going to be Chris Leftwich. McMahon gets the push across the line by Jeremiah Stutzman, who's going to come home in 5th. But Jonathan Jennings gets the win and the championship here tonight in the Shoney's Tuesday Night Truck Series. He's going to make his way right down to the start-finish line. And he's going to celebrate that victory here tonight. Burning out right there with Kevin Powell. More drivers doing donuts on the front stretch. Let's take a look at the final results. There you have it. Jonathan Jennings gets the win. Chad Waller comes home in second. Chris Leftwich brings it home third. Justin McMahon a little short in the fourth position. And Jeremiah Stutzman comes home in fifth. Steve Gerber brings it home sixth. Daniel Wilkerson back in seventh. Christopher Simon, Chuck Cobb, and Gary Clune round out your top 10. Gary Mio runs out 11th. Eddie Rivers in 12th. Ricky Montgomery comes home 13th. Jason Miz in 14th. Kevin Powell in the 15th position. Adam Gardner, Joey Beck, and Nick Schell round out the field here tonight at Homestead, Miami in the season finale. As we get ready to talk to our top 3 tonight, just waiting for them to make their way up into the booth. Of course, we want to thank all of our great partners who have made this possible here this season. Of course, Shoney's being the season sponsor. Of course, the Tuesday night series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. They're open breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations, try their fresh prepared legendary breakfast bar, and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Of course, our great partner over at the Butt Kicker for all your gaming haptic needs. Check out thebuttkicker.com. Of course, Race EPI for all your iRacing setups. Check out IntensityBroadcasting.com for all your swag from Intensity, our league shirts, our novelty t-shirts as well. Check that all over at IntensityBroadcasting.com. Of course, Atlee, Atman Weiss, a couple other drivers. Merchandise is there as well, so you can check that all out at the same time. Well, it looks like the only person who's made their way into the waiting room is the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. So let's pull in your winner here tonight and your champion, Jonathan Jennings. Jonathan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, great run for you here tonight, getting the win, getting the championship. You basically just had to start the race tonight and keep Justin behind you. Was that kind of the goal tonight? Just stay out of trouble and make sure you finished, the race here tonight?
Yeah, I was going to do whatever he did, but it kind of tripped me on the first pit stop. He didn't take tires. So, it paid off because we went green. It kind of hurt him, but
yeah, it seemed like tires really seemed to play a big part here tonight, and sweeping both the stage and the win here, maximizing your points here tonight. That's exactly what you needed to do to lock yourself into the championship tonight. And man, what a race. It seemed like strategy was really all over the place tonight. When that early caution came out, was that kind of the thought that you needed? Man, if I just come down pit road, I can get fuel and make it to the stage?
yeah, that's kind of what I wanted because if that caution had come out and it went green, we would have been 3 to 4 laps short, and some of these guys can save fuel for days. So.
Yeah, we heard McMahon shutting the truck off there because he pitted early on lap number 34, and he was able to make it to the end. Kind of surprised that some of these drivers tried to stretch it. Were you kind of expecting McMahon to throw a little bit of a Hail Mary there to try to steal the win here tonight?
Yeah, he said he was going to try something different because I told him he was going to be short pitting that early. But he said he had to try something. He was hoping for a caution, so I'm glad it didn't come out, though.
Yeah, if that caution came out, it looked like Waller had your number there because he was catching you very slightly, but he was a little bit quicker than you there at the end. Were you kind of just saving and kind of in cruise control there at the end?
Yeah, I was taking it easy. I wasn't trying to overdrive it and risk wrecking myself.
Well, again, a great job here tonight. Congratulations on the win and the championship. And Jonathan, before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank, any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, you guys for the broadcast. Daniel and all the admins for putting these races together, and Shoney's for the sponsor of the league, and all my teammates, Jeremiah, Adam, Kevin, Hunter, all those guys.
Well, again, congrats on the win, and we look forward to seeing what next season brings you. So good luck next season. We hope to talk to you again soon.
All right, thank you.
There you have it, your winner and champion here tonight, the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. What a great season. All season long, this Southern Swing has been phenomenal. Racing on dirt, racing the short tracks, the big tracks. It's been great, and it was a very entertaining season, especially bringing in the chase to kind of mix things up. That stage, halfway stage, it really made the racing exciting and kind of brought a different dimension to it. And I really enjoyed it this season. I hope you all did too. Of course, we want to thank everybody for joining us here again tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Don't forget our hashtag Adam Strong there down in the right corner. Our thoughts and prayers have continued to stay with his family all season long. And we want to thank everybody involved in the season. And we look forward to bringing it again next season. So stay tuned. Check out our website, of course, Facebook, of course, at Intensity Broadcasting on Facebook for announcements of when the leagues are going to start. And we'll keep you tuned in for that. Of course, don't forget to join us after this one tonight as the SCSRA Truck Series has their doubleheader going at Watkins Glen tonight. So a little bit of road racing, turning left and turning right. It's going to be exciting. So check that out right here at 9:30 Eastern on Intensity Broadcast. And that's going to do it for us here tonight for the Shoney's Doghouse Racing League Truck Series. Of course, we appreciate you joining us here. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over